Good morning, everybody. It's Phil. I am the Down Under Maker. How is everybody today? A little bit of a change of scenery today because I have my son home with me because my mother-in-law managed to catch herself the Rona. And as a result, I'm in the family room, sitting at the dining table with my little guy next to me. I'll introduce him in a minute. And unfortunately, there's so much light outside at the moment. It's kind of a bit bright behind me, but we would work with what we've got. I have managed to move half of my workshop studio setup into onto the dining table. So hopefully we should be able to get some stuff done. This stream may get cut short if he becomes painful. And please let me know if there's anything that's out of whack with the stream. I'm trying to keep my audio under control. Some people have been saying it's too quiet, some people too loud. I'll do what I can, just let me know. So can I please get some comments in chat to let me know that everybody's here? I can see Nick, me, Armor3D, and Keela. Hi, Keela. Hi, Jeremy in the background. I assume you're in the background. You normally are. Oh, I'm clipping a little bit. Let me just turn that down. That might be a little bit better. Oh, still clipping. Okay, let me know. Nick, can you please say yes if you can see me? We can see you and hear you. Better than last week. So let's introduce the little guy, shall we? There he is. Say hi, Righty. Hi. So he's going to be sitting off to the side of stream and something with the stream, man. You mean it's actually started on time and I'm actually here, Jeremy? It's your hair. You mean that I've got hair? Ryder's saying hi, everybody. So yeah, everybody meet Ryder. Ryder meet everybody. We will hopefully have him not too distracting today. He's going to probably throw his toys all over the place and smash and crash them, but that's the way he is. So where are we at? We are currently building our 3D Sets roadie truck. I did a couple of things off stream afterwards from last week. So let's see if... Now, this is my laptop I'm streaming on now, not my normal streaming computer. So let's see. Aha, it is working. The focus might be a little bit out. Please excuse it. I'll do what I can. YOLO, little dude. Jeremy says, I look sexy as always. Of course I'm sexy. It's the accent that does it for you, isn't it, man? That's what it does. Okay, so if we remember from last week, before I realized that the streaming wasn't streaming, I had broken off this whole last half of the backing plate, and I did that off stream. There was much curse words and you guys all missed it. So I was expecting Nick to be doing Fs in chat and all that sort of stuff, and when I didn't see that, that's when I started to suspect things weren't working properly. So replace that entire back piece off stream, and that involved taking off the AdBlue tank, the air tank and the AdBlue tank, and taking off most of the back of the truck, sliding the new part into place, screwing it into place, and then putting it all back together. The other thing I did off stream, because things were becoming unmanageable, is I partly put together the tray. Only partly. All I did was slid the plastic pieces in together because they're tongue and groove. So 1 panel, 2 panels, 3 panels, and inside there's these base plates that provide the bottom texture of the tray. They just slide into a little groove. You might be able to see it. There's a little dovetail groove here and here, and everything was unmanageable, so I just slid it all together to keep everything in one piece. And one of the things we're going to be doing today is actually screwing that together so that I've got one less lot of parts floating around. Now, you'll need to bear with me for just a second. I realized I was running very behind and I didn't actually get a chance to load up the instruction manual. So I'm just doing that now. You won't be able to see this because I don't want you guys seeing all my Google Drive logins. Do-de-do-de-do. Do-de-do-de-do. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading. This is all normally pre-cached, but there we go. So this is where we are at. Let me bring up Chrome so I can actually touch it. So we are now, we've worked through, we've built the front bumper. We started to work on the suspension. I'm going to put the suspension on hold for a little while we get the tray put together. I did start to put these pieces together here on the stream last week, but it's fiddly, and with us having possibly a shortened stream due to the little guy, my intention is to get as much done of the other stuff as we can, and then we can do the suspension next week. So that stuff we could potentially do. The other thing that we could work on this week is the electrical. I've got all of the electrical stuff here ready. So what we might be able to do is solder the wires onto the motors ready to run, and then we could potentially have the ESC and all the wiring length sorted out as well. Moving down, we assembled the wheels last week. So they are, as you saw, we're sitting in the tray. How to print the wheels, don't need that. How to put the wheels on, don't need that. That's putting the truck cab together. Now, let's go back to me for 1 second. As you can see here, they have a 3D Sets logo, which is attached to the back of the cab. I decided to go a little bit custom on that. Where are we? Hence plus me. Oh, there we go. I did a little koala instead. Hi, Steve. Hi, Jex. So Steve's already seen this because he was heckling me at 10 o'clock at night when I was printing it. It took a lot longer than it should have done to get it right, but I custom made myself a little koala logo, which I can put onto all my models from now on because I've saved it as a very high resolution SVG file, which means I can extrude that up in any of the CAD packages I need to make it into an STL. So let us go back to that. I'm just quickly scrolling through to find where I need to get the tray. Okay, so okay, I'm going to try and leave it on this screen as much as I can today, just so that we can all see. Okay, I was supporting you. Yeah, Steve and I were both playing with how to do M600 color changes because neither of us have got a proper multicolor setup set up properly yet. So, where are we at? Tipper tray A is the front piece. Tipper tray B is the middle piece. Tipper tray C is the rear part. There's also the tailgate and the tailgate label. They are currently printing, so they won't be installed today. But we can go and play with the actual tray constructions. That's what we're going to do. So we are going to need a whole load of M36 and some M38s according to this. 1, 2, 3 M36 and 2 M38s. Now, what you guys don't normally get to see because it's normally got all my stuff on it is that I have a set of drawers next to my desk that I use for storing everything. So when I'm fidgeting around over here, it's because I'm digging in these drawers and grabbing everything out that we need to deal with. So now Ryder's going to be thoroughly distracted because his favorite TV show's on at the moment. I figured that was an easy way to keep him relatively under control. 3M36, 2M38. And because we all know I'm a klutz and I drop everything all the time, I have 4, count them, 4 of the right Allen keys sitting here with me. Now, Nick, thank you for that link to those drivers. They should be delivered today. They may even be delivered during stream. So we might get lucky. Did I close that? Yes, I did. This isn't as easy as it looks when you've got all of the video cameras are on one side of the screen. The rest is black. It should be fixed now. Should be fixed now is what I can, from what I can tell you. Is it fixed? Let me know. So there it is. M36 goes where? Ah, must be behind. Ah, there it is. Are you playing with your belly button over there, little guy? Don't we all wish we could do that in public? Before I tip those on the floor, and I'm afraid we're probably going to have more of that, those awful creaking noises, but such is life. So Keela, the tracking number should come through later today, hopefully for your hoodie. Now, I like the idea of what they do with these. The screws are going in at 45, well, it's not even 45 degrees, it's about 50 degrees on this part. Hopefully you can see that and it's in focus. I don't have both monitors here, so I'm kind of working in the dark. I can't see exactly what you're seeing all the time. There we go. Did you break it, little guy? That's okay. Did it go smash crash? There you go. His little wagon went crash. So 2 M36s in there and in there. And then one goes in the back with a part for the piston. I know I've got that part. The one thing I didn't do for you guys that I promised I would was sort all these parts in my tray. That was supposed to be this morning. But with having the little guy, that just couldn't happen. Maybe we'll skip that part because it can go on at any stage. Let's do the M38s. The M38s go down through the top here. So if Nick's drivers come during the stream, I am going to put you guys on pause. I might get Ryder to entertain you for a few minutes while I grab them, because it's going to make my life here a lot simpler and a lot easier if I can use those. Which isn't bad, because I got a notification to say they're on board with driver at 5 a.m. this morning, and I only ordered them Friday, so the day after the stream last week. Actually, bear with me one sec. I'm going to do something that they always tell you not to do when you're streaming, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just bringing this up on my iPhone so that I know what you guys can see. Okay, that's better. Also means I can see chat. Hi, OneRes. Or OneRaz, sorry. Nick, your daughter does the belly button thing in public too? Okay, so the next part is to slide the tray panels in, which, as you guys know, I've already done. Is there any screws going in that one? No, there isn't. So now it's a whole crap load of M36 screws. The question is, will they line up? Maybe not exactly. Okay. That looks good. That looks good. I can do the front half of the tray for sure, and we'll work towards the back as we go and see. Ooh, somebody's lurking outside. That one. Was it my delivery? Yes, it was my delivery. So if you guys can bear with me, Ryder will look after you for a few moments. Let's go to that screen. Righty, make sure they don't do anything silly. Uh-oh. Guess what? Just as I was talking about it, they showed up. Nice pull. It is when it's warm. What's wrong, Righty? Do you want your seatbelt on? Let's make that one a little smaller. What's wrong, Righty Roo? Did you drop it? Okay, I think Daddy's got it. One sec. Oh, there's two more. Did you drop two more? 1 minute. Sorry, guys, almost back with you. If you guys keep an eye out in the background, you might see the beagles wandering around as well. I'm surprised they didn't actually go berserk when the delivery turned up. So, Nick very kindly sent me a link to these the other day, and they look the business. So I ordered a set. Now I think these are 2mm head, and we need a whole bunch of M36. Jeremy takes after my kid. I take after my kid. He takes after me. You see how many times I drop my Allen keys during a stream. Hopefully I won't drop the drivers as much. My dude, can you please be a bit careful? Daddy can't keep getting up for you. Oh, they feel really nice. I give Nick's tool recommendations a 9 out of 10. Jeremy wants to come to Vice, but it's pretty close to 3D Printopia. Taco didn't invite you. Whoa, that's harsh. For some reason, all the older girls know him. Okay. Jeremy Butterfingers. They're talking smack about you, Jeremy. All right, I'm a convert. These drivers feel really good. And they were cheap. That's not lined up quite right, though. Talking smack. That's right. I'm bracing myself for comments of bring back the kid, get rid of Phil, get the kid to make things. Now, I said to my wife this morning, I was going to get a chopping board to build on. And she was like, nah, don't bother. We've got 2 small kids. They're destroying the table anyway. Sorry about the creaking, guys. It's just as I tighten things up. Get rid of Phil, bring back Jack. Jack's, his name is Ryder. Jack is Modbot's kid. It is what it is, definitely. Are you having fun, Righty Roo? That says to only do those and those for now, okay? Now I can see that's just simply not lining up. So what's happening, guys, is this longer grey panel is just tucked a fraction of a millimeter too far to the front. It looks like I'm going to need to have a slight gap in the bottom tray in order for everything to line up. Whoa, righty road! That's not working. That's better. Had to repaint a section of drywall due to excessive crayon art. We got lucky. Rather than traditional paper and crayons, I found these digital artboards when I was looking for something for school. So basically, it's a tablet-sized device that has a touch contact. So anything physical, you can just touch the screen and it will change colors. So the kids love them. So that means we have far less crayon-related injuries to the wall. But this little guy found out that the styluses do leave a mark on the walls. Our walls aren't drywall, they're brick walls with a plaster render over the top. And as a result, they're a little bit more hard wearing than drywall. And but the paint that goes on them can peel off if you dig a hole in it. Now it's writing her name with pens or whatever. She's just making sure everybody knows she was there. She's practicing her writing, Daddy. You need to just cope with that. You know what is upsetting a little bit? Some of these camera angles are better than normal. Sprayed her name in the carpet with hairspray. You can still see it in certain lights. That's not quite lined up still. I've managed to bend my surgical tweezers. Damn it. Hairspray. What would get hairspray out? Probably nothing that won't eat into the nylon fibers in the carpet. This one screw just isn't wanting... Oh, there we go. Oh, just started to bite. There we go. So let's count this up. That screw's not quite in all the way. We need to have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've missed a screw there. That's what I'm short. Total of 10 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just putting in number 10 now. There. So, just getting back so I can see what you can see, because I cancelled it when I was going to get the parcel. It's got 10 screws in, so next page. A whole bunch of stuff. I'm pretty sure I've got all this printed, so let's keep going. Tray for screwdriver. Over there. Truck. Chassis over there out of my way. Now, let's go back to you guys are in the way. GTR Dad, hi. I had no end of trouble printing the truck cab. It just wouldn't work. These print-in-place support panels were just being completely ignored by Super Slicer. I ended up printing it in Orca, of all things, which I don't normally do. I'm not really a fan. I don't like the interface layout. It came out a little bit stringy because my retraction settings were just the defaults, and they're not aggressive enough, but that should all clean up. No, that's a suspension, please. Aha! That's one of the pieces I'm looking for. Let's go back to here. So this is the part that fits underneath here. This is the part for the back bumper, or the center part of the bumper. Now, this is something I think I might reprint. This is the front radiator grille. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's currently got the 3D Sets logo in the middle of it. I think that what I'm probably going to do is reprint it and actually have the koala logo in the middle. I'm just looking for the brace part here. The hood. This is the trim piece for the roof. I know I have this part. I know I printed it. That's it. I was looking for a silver piece and it's actually in blue to match the bottom of the tray. I just noticed there's a little bit of plastic in the through holes. Right. So to fit this, we need some M3/8s for that part. And I'm not quite sure how that's actually secured. Let's zoom in. Oh. That's how it works. Did you drop it, little guy? That's okay. 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this part has 2 recesses in it, and there's 2 matching pins on the support. So that piece goes to strip to the bottom. That goes there. That hinges. Turn it over. The strut faces the front of the tray, and we need M3/8s to secure it. Don't play with a soldering iron. It's switched off, guys. There's no stress. Dude, no touch. You okay? Do you need some attention? Would you like a bottle of milk? Yeah, you would? Okay. Let Daddy put this screw in. Now, it was 50-50 whether I'd have to cancel this stream earlier in the week. My mother-in-law has COVID, and she passed it to my daughter as well. Fortunately, my daughter's actually having her shots, so she's got over it in like 48 hours, and she tested negative this morning. So otherwise, we would have had 2 kids to deal with, and that would have just not flown. She's not the sort of kid who will cope with just being left to her own devices. So we now need 3 M310s, but it says we need to fit a number plate. Now, for those of you who haven't seen the number plates, I did custom plates, which took me a lot longer than they should have done to get right. But that's the way things go sometimes. So to put the license plate on there, I'm assuming it's M36, yes. Okay, sit down. Sit down. Daddy, go get your milk. You keep an eye on everybody. You make sure they don't do anything silly. I'll get your bottle. Can you blow Keela a kiss? Go, mwah, mwah. That is supposed to be an M36. It's not big enough. It was the same with the other number plate, so I'm guessing that it's just a mislabel. That's better. It's just maybe 3 or 4 threads into the number plate itself. Keela says, hi, Ryder. And for that, it was the M310s, I seem to recall. Yep, M310s. What iron is that? Jex, this is a 20-plus-year-old Dick Smith special. Back when it was actually Dick Smith who was running it. Now, for non-Australians, Dick Smith is he's the Australian Richard Branson. I don't really know of an American who's kind of in that same sort of sphere. Not crazy rich like the Bezoses and the Zuckerbergs, but he made himself a small fortune. And he basically ran the Australian version of Radio Shack. He made a lot of money, but then he sold out to an investment firm. And then we got left with the same thing that happened to Radio Shack. It just went to shit. But when he was in charge, their buyers would jet all over the world, Taiwan, Japan, England, whatever, to find the best in the hobby sphere space. And the soldering iron itself was OEM'd by some premium brand in Taiwan. And the tips for it are impossible to get now. But the tip itself is basically indestructible. It's got the same tip in I've had it in it since I got it. And every single time it tins perfectly. That's not gone in straight. That's better. So it is a Dick Smith Electronics T2200. What the Taiwanese original was called, I can't remember off the top of my head. But Dick Smith was basically retailing them for a quarter of what they were selling for to the industrial market. And they are bulletproof. It's got a big fat toroidal transformer inside it. And you can set the temperature. So, where are we at? That screw has pulled a little loose. That's better. That's more rigid now. So, where we're at. We have the support, we have the hinge point, and in principle, the tipper could work right now. Let's just match this all up. So we have the strut, we have the strut hinge frame, we have the bumper and the number plate section in place. Now it's going to call for assembling the back of the tray, which I don't have the parts for. They're currently on the printer. More of the same, and now fit it to the truck. Dumper fender. I'm currently waiting for those parts there on that same batch. Now, I'm just going to show you guys this. The way they achieve the multicolor parts, the white is the background color. You actually print the part itself in white, and then you swap with an M600 swap to orange, and then another M600 swap to red. And the white is the lowest top, orange is the next lowest top, and then the red is actually the top part of the object. So that's how they achieve the multicolor on these. So still waiting for some of those bits to finish printing, so can't actually do that. Putting the wheels on. So let's scroll back through. We can start assembling the fuel tank covers. So that's something we can do. That is... What's wrong, Righty? You okay? Are you done? Would you like to go sit on the couch? You want more? Would you like some more? Can you say please? Okay. Sorry, guys, I am going to be back in 1 minute. He's in charge. Stay there. There we go. Would you like to sit on the couch now? Okay. You come sit on the couch. Up. You watch the bunny. Uh-oh, that's right. He's getting a bit restless, guys, so you'll just have to bear with me. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll cut the stream short. It has been a lot more successful than I was expecting so far. So what page is this? Page 67. There. So let's get rid of the tray. Over there, out of shot. And let's get some trim parts. Fuel tank pieces. Now, Ryder is too cute. He's a little shit sometimes. So, we have two choices. I printed trim part in both red and blue. So we need to make a choice. Do we do the fuel tanks in red or blue? Aha, I found that missing piece I couldn't find for the tray, so we'll put that on in a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 1, 2, 3 of those, so it's a blue and a short, a blue. So, let's go here. That one. I'm going to try my first YouTube poll. Will it load? Will it load? Now I'm pushing this whole system very, very hard because normally I'm hard connected to gigabit. At the moment I'm on Wi-Fi and I know that my Wi-Fi is a little wobbly in here. It's so slow. So let's go back to this and see if anybody's chatting. So guys, would you like to go with red tanks or blue tanks? You guys get to pick. Voron Vixens. Well, if they're available through S3D Nick, then Keela would know all about it and she'd be able to hook us all up. So we've got a vote for blue from Brad. So click on me, go to my channel. Now, any pointers on how to actually do a poll would be more than welcome. Their site didn't say anything about pre-orders. This is, yeah, I'm pushing this poor system way too hard. I'm not going to try to do the vote. So, in chat, B for blue, blue tanks from Jex, or blue or red. I've got 2 votes for blue. Anybody for red? USD shipping wasn't too bad, Jex. The trick is that you use the code LeeMarie3D, and that gets you 5% off, and that usually just about covers the shipping. See, Jeremy, I'm working for you, man. You got to use the code LeeMarie3D. Nobody else is making any comments, so we're going to go with the blue tanks. Right. So that is the rear one, the one furthest from me on the manual. That's the one closest to me on the manual. It goes with this bar at the bottom. And these kind of just click around. Okay, guys. Blue will do. Okay. Throwing another cat amongst the pigeons. What about red vertical trim pieces with the blue overall banner? I can always dismantle it. Let's assemble one in each and then we'll see. So, blue with red. Clown hammer! Now, Jeremy, Clown Hammer's got your back, man. He was like, you can't keep teasing Jeremy about not getting a hoodie. And that's what it's going to look like, blue with blue. So, blue with blue or blue with red? Can I get some comments in chat, please? I can't see what you can see, so I'm just hoping that this is going to work for you guys. Here we go. Just about catching up. Oh, thank you, Keela. As people bitching out on me with the likes. I hit it. I hit it. Everybody use the code Keela is best. Hi, Stephen. I hadn't seen you chatting before. Hi, Jeremy. I'm getting no comments about color choice, so I am just going to go with blue on blue for now. Now, it says that the screws go through from the back, but those are all closed up. When I took my kid to the doctor yesterday, the nurse who works at the practice was clearing out a whole bunch of old procedures kits. And he's like, oh, did you want any of this? And I'm like, hell yeah. So I've got a whole bunch of surgical scissors and surgical tweezers that are sitting in the autoclave waiting for me. Are you okay, little righty? Are you done? Do you want me to grab that? For those who are new in chat, my son is home today with me because my mother-in-law managed to catch the Rona. And we've got a lot further into the stream than I was expecting to, but we may end up having to cancel if he gets too grumpy. Do you need to come sit with Daddy? Are you getting a bit sad? Give me 1 sec. I need to get this one screw in so I don't drop everything. Is Bunny going to the beach? His show's got his attention again. I'm just trying to get these screw holes all lined up. What I might do I was talking to a couple of guys on the 3D Sets Facebook group. They said that for some of these detail pieces, sometimes it's better to put a long screw through to get everything all lined up as a fixturing device. That way. Because it's much easier to line everything up with that one long screw. There we go. What's wrong, little righty? Is it too much? Do you need Daddy to stop? Do you want to come sit with Daddy for a second? You don't like your t-shirt? Come sit here, we'll show Keely your t-shirt just for 1 second. Guys, it was always possible that this would happen. But it looks like he's getting just too grumpy to be able to keep going. Can you say hi? Oh, are you snuggy and need to sleep? Okay, so guys, I apologize for bailing on you so quickly like this, but it's time for this little guy to go to sleep, and that's not something that's going to happen on his own. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it short this week. We've managed to stream for an hour, which is way more than I expected, and got to do the daddy thing, and we will get him to sleep, and we will catch you all next week. Righty, can you say bye-bye? Bye, Keela. Bye, Nick. Bye, Jeremy. Bye, Steve. Bye, everybody else who's in chat. We will catch you all. Well, Daddy will catch you all next week, won't he? Okay, little man. Bye, guys. Time to hop on out. Bye.